Where do you think I'm from?
I said Tunisia before.
Tunisian. Lee, where do you think I might be from?
I have no idea. I'm not.
Morocco. Look, you've got this kind of Pocahontas style look and dark olive skin. Spanish, maybe. Who knows?
Janine has lived her entire life never knowing the identity or heritage of her birth father. Her white British mum always kept her true parentage a secret.
Thank you, how are you?
You look lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you ever so much.
Yeah, and the dog. Yeah, you're not scared of dogs, are you?
Hello, mate. You handsome. Talk me through why you're taking a DNA test.
So, when I was born, it was really obvious I was not my dad's daughter, but everybody was trying to say I was. And the reason it was obvious was because I came out looking like Mowgli. I had this head of hair, super dark, and it just was, my dad, Bill, was blonde hair, blue eyes.
And your mother's white?
My mum's white. I grew up on an estate called Braunston, a typically white council estate, and out I popped. You know, I was the odd one out. It was very apparent that I was different to everybody else on that estate. I'd experienced a lot of racism. The children I went to school with would often, even my own sister would call me names. So my grandmother was really embarrassed about the fact that my mum had A, had a child when she was 17, and B, it's me, who is not white. And what I find more bizarre than anything is she tried to palm me off as being a white man's child. Myself and my mum moved in with Bill when I was 3 days old. And Bill said, look at her skin, look at me. You can't say this is my daughter because it's not.
And you've got a good relationship with Bill?
Amazing relationship. He's been in my life 43 years and just been the best dad in the world, you know. His opinion of everything is, you're my daughter, I'm your dad, we don't even need to go anywhere with this. What's the issue? And I'm like, there's a big issue for me.
Do you think your mother knew?
Yeah, I do. And I'd constantly say to her, well, what do you know about my dad? Well, you don't need to know. You don't need to know.
Oh, that's tricky.
It was like the unwritten rule, you do not speak about it. She lived a life of deception, lies. No one ever really knew what she was like behind closed doors. But everyone loved her.
She's charismatic.
Yeah. My mum died when I was 19. And the other side of when she died was those unanswered questions. It was very much, well, you've left me now.
How often do you think about all of this?
All the time.
It's all consuming.
I went through this phase of real angry bitterness towards my mum. And I was like, I've just been lied to my entire life. I just feel like a complete fool. And as you grow older, that does stick in your head. So I think for me, I just need some sort of closure on this.
Do we have any idea who it might be? Are there a couple of names?
No, there's nothing. Nothing at all.
So we're starting from complete scratch. Janine, what's the goal? Like, what are you hoping to find out?
I think in an ideal world, it would be to find out where I came from. What is within my DNA that makes me me.
Yeah.
Even if somebody was to say, Janine, this is what we've got about you, this is what we know about you, then I'd be like, oh, okay. It's all helpful to understand who I am. Because until then, I just don't think I can function properly or let it go, which is what I need to do. I need to close the door on it and let it go, because it's consumed me for way too long.
As well as finding lost relatives, DNA testing can also reveal secrets about our ancestry. Janine is meeting Churi, who she hopes can help discover the truth about her heritage.
Hello.
Hi.
Come on in, have a seat.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
And you?
So, do you have any ideas, anything about, you think about your dad's ancestry or anything? Do you have any thoughts that way, or is it complete blank slate?
It's really difficult because people will ask, are you Mediterranean? Are you Spanish? Are you Greek? Are you Indian? And it's embarrassing to actually stand there and say, no idea, you know. And I feel deceitful then, you know, when people say to you, you know, what is your ethnicity? And I always put white British. You know, people look at me like, are you sure? But it's all I know, that's all I can put down. Yeah, I'm white British.
As I like to say, we are 99.9% the same as each other, all of us humans, no matter where you are from in the world. But what our team is able to do is we look at tiny genetic differences that we have between us. And what you find is that some of these differences have got different frequencies in different parts of the world. We know that your mum's got British ancestry, so we're going to be looking to see if there's anything that's coming out that's not British. So this doesn't look like it comes from your mum's side. So we can say something about your dad's ancestry to give you some information about your own ancestry. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your DNA and look at it and go, where does that seem to match to in the world? Okay, well, it seems to come from here. And this bit seems to come from here, and so on and so forth. So I'm pretty confident we can give you some information about your ancestry. So we know that the vast majority of people who take these ancestry tests are European.
Right.
But some communities just haven't started doing this yet.
Yeah, that's quite interesting because obviously from my point of view, I feel like I was some secret behind the reason I was born. And, you know, if there's particular cultures or societies that don't come forward, you know, the information is then going to be smaller.
That's right. So we could have our work cut out for us, really, in terms of this. So obviously in your family history, there's been this really big secret. But the thing about DNA is that it can help you uncover the truth. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm absolutely ready for this. Yeah. This is the next sort of chapter in my journey of adulthood, if that makes sense. I'm just really excited and interested to where this potentially could lead.
Since Janine met with Churi, she's been asking questions about her past. She's keen to speak to Bill, who got together with Janine's mum when she was pregnant and brought Janine up as his own. Now Janine wants to know if Bill might have any information about her biological father's identity.
Bill and my mum got together before I was born, and he's always been part of my life and played the role of dad. Well, he has played the role of dad. He's been my dad for as long as I've been around. Cooey.
Hello, Dylan.
Hello, you all right?
Yeah. Have we thought any more anyway about you?
Don't know, that's why I'm asking you, really. I've come to dig a bit deeper and see what you know and what you don't. So when she was pregnant with me, you two obviously formed a relationship.
Yeah.
There must have been some discussion at that point of how I came about.
It was never discussed. She was very secretive about your heritage. And at the time, I weren't really interested, Darren. And one of my very first memories of you, right, was when you were born. You was only days old. You was in my arm, crying for your bottle, for food. So I fed you. Right? And since that bottle feeding you, I bonded with you more and more.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
Right? Because to me, you're my daughter.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. I think for me, it would be nice to just understand more about where I'm from.
Yeah.
I think as a grown woman, I just feel a bit like there's a void missing, and I just would like to know where I'm from and what I'm about.
There is something within me that I do question, like my ambition. I have no idea where that comes from because Mum wasn't ambitious at all.
Right. If I got one criticism of you, right, is you don't give yourself enough credit for what you've done in your life and with your family. But now, listen to that before you answer me, please. You're very good at being a mum. You've got a good family life, Nini, and you're a very successful businesswoman. But you don't look at it like that. You look on the black side of most things, the darker side. You are better than you think you are.
There's still that void missing. And I kind of almost feel like once I know that, it will make me relax a lot more about everything else in life.
Right, and let me just say this, right? When you go through this void, Dad wants to go with you. I don't want you to go alone, right? And I'll be there right by your side through it all. You crying? Liar. Oh, come here to Dad. Come on. Oh, don't cry, babe. Come on. Please don't cry, darling.
Today, Janine will receive her DNA test results. She hopes Chori can finally solve the mystery of her ancestry.
Hey!
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
You look lovely.
Thank you, so do you.
How do you feel?
A bit nervous, anxious, strange mix of emotions, really.
Well, it's unknown territory, isn't it?
Yeah, 43 years of waiting for some information.
Go next door, just have a chat with Chori, and then come back in.
Hello, come sit down. So actually yours has been a really complicated case, and we've actually used some new research techniques which we haven't done before in the hopes of providing you with some answers. I know that you were particularly interested in finding out about your biological father. And so what we're doing is obviously we're taking your DNA and we are matching it against populations from around the world. And actually we got a really, really clear result. So we know you are getting strong matches around Pakistan, northern India, and into Afghanistan. So let's have a look at a map. Okay, so you're getting a lot of matches in the Punjab province of Pakistan, which is part of that larger Punjab region of northern India and Pakistan. We think that your dad is Sikh, and we actually think that he's Jat Sikh.
What's that?
Okay, so the Sikh religion is actually quite a young religion, but the Jat people, they're an ethnic group which goes back much further in that area. They are major landowners and farmers, and they have strong links to business in that area. We think that your father probably arrived in Leicester probably after World War II. So this is the time when India and Pakistan were separated. And Leicester, it's got the highest concentration of Sikhs in the East Midlands. It makes up about 5% of the population. So the matches that we are getting back from your DNA are not close matches. So they are people who you would share a great-great-great-grandparent or further. But the surnames that we're getting back are really giving us hints as to what his ethnicity seems to be. And the surnames that are coming back are things like Sidhu, Sahoda, Dat, Panu. All of these are Jat Sikh surnames. But nothing turned up in the databases that could tell us who your father was. We could only determine his ethnicity. But that's essentially as far as the DNA has got us.
Wow.
So how's that?
It has definitely filled a void for me that has been missing, which was, where am I from? Yeah.
And that's really clear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Hey.
Punjabi Sikh.
Yeah. So I can definitely relax a little bit more now and know that I've got Sikh in me, which is probably quite obvious, but you just never know, do you? To actually pinpoint on a map with a direct connection is remarkable.
Yeah.
I've kind of walked out of seeing Chori and almost feel I've washed away quite a lot of anxieties and feel more forgiving towards my mum. Oh, God. So I can not feel as angry, which will be nice. And I can understand back in the 70s how having a child who was not white could bring shame on your family. So I can kind of forgive that now and not blame, which is quite nice.
Yeah, sorry we couldn't give you, an exact name, but...
Do you know, and actually more relieved that there's nothing else coming my way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
My objective was never to find a biological father to be there, but also just to kind of understand who I am.
You can tell the kids a bit more about their heritage with a degree of certainty.
So yeah, it's all good. I'll go and break the news to Dad. I think he'll be relieved. Yeah, and I think for him at least he'll know I'll shut up about it now, I won't keep badgering him. I can relax knowing that's me, that's fine, and move on. Yeah, and forgive. That's what I need to do.
I'm really pleased that you feel like that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're, you've sort of exhaled.
Yeah. Instead of having that conversation with him, where are you from? Oh, I don't know. Don't ask. Whereas now I can at least say, well, apparently.
Well, let me show you.
Yeah, look on this map.
Quite specific, actually, yeah.
Yeah.